It's hella easy to think we're doing the right things, but actually not be doing the right things when we look back on it. Welcome back to Wealthy Show number 4. Happy early Thanksgiving to all my viewers out there. We got some nice, fun equipment here that we're playing with. We got some interesting things that we're going to cover today. Let's go ahead and fade in some of this music.
Like we back to back, I cannot see where you at. They been in the emo when they over painted black. Hard to let it go when they say I'm too attached. I've been feeling best, cause this blessing is a trip.
Okay, just having a little fun with the new equipment that we have here. So again, thank you for being back. That's for you all out there that have joined me today on another episode of Wealthy Show. And yeah, we have new equipment, like I said, so we're going to see how this works post-editing with this nice, excellent mic that's right here. And hopefully I sound great. We'll see. Got this backup just in case I don't. We have some good stuff again, like I said today. I'm going to try to do this with a bit more flow because last week I had to do a lot of editing and that was labor intensive, although it paid off kind of, but I'd rather have the shorts be edited more than this. I'd rather have this be a nice long form free flow. So that's enough talking. That's enough intro, I think. Let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with our first overrated, underrated. We're going to go with underrated as adopting a gratitude practice for your mental health. So just in time for Thanksgiving, just in time for the holidays, we're going to talk about gratitude. There is no shortage of evidence that gratitude practice is beneficial for your brain and overall well-being. It's become even more clear how important gratitude practice is with the lockdown and fear and sickness that have plagued a lot of people, and just being stuck in the house hasn't really been good to people's mental health. And gratitude is shown to be one of those things that is very beneficial. Even with this being known, not a lot of us have a gratitude as a part of our daily practice, but honestly, it's very simple. It's easy to implement into your day. A lot of existing research supports an association between gratitude and overall sense of well-being. I found here that expressing gratitude can positively change your brain, according to Kristen Francis, an MD out of Utah. Go Utes. Or I guess shout out Utes, maybe not go Utes, go Bears. Gratitude practice can boost dopamine and serotonin, both of which are neurotransmitters in the brain that improve your mood immediately and give you positive feelings of pleasure, happiness, and well-being. Gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. Gratitude helps people feel more positive, relish good experience, improve their health, deal with diversity, and build strong relationships. A few ways to help cultivate your gratitude is you can journal, you can pray, that's my preferred method, you can meditate, you can thank someone mentally, or you can count your blessings. I enjoy all those things. So what I need you to do right now is to comment 5 things that you're grateful for. And maybe a little bit sticking with this theme of mental health, overrated is going to be mindless scrolling. There's nothing wrong with having fun and taking breaks and enjoying yourself and connecting with others. But I mean, let's be honest, how long have you been scrolling before you found this video? We know time is our most valuable asset, and I think some of the issues come whenever you went on to search for a recipe for dinner and now you're on how paper clips are made video and you don't even know how you got there. Considering how important our time is, how important our energy and resources that we dedicate towards something, especially for our brain, mindless scrolling is huge. So do us all a favor, go put your devices down, go hang out with friends, go practice gratitude. And even on our device, there's things that we can do other than scrolling that will be beneficial for our brain health. You can learn a new language, you can practice chess, you can play dominoes, you can play Sudoku. There's all kind of beneficial games that will boost our brain health other than scrolling. So, take the time to finish this video, to come back to this video, whatever. Just do whatever you need to right now that's going to help benefit your brain. So we're going to go into our trivia of the day. The trivia of the day is, how long does it take to change your microbiome? The microbiome are all the microbes, bacteria, virus, whatever they are that make up your body. And we think about it like an ecosystem. So how long will it take to change this ecosystem for the better or for the worse, honestly? Let's say you've been eating as healthy as you possibly can in an effort to solve some of his stomach pain, maybe allergies, maybe some dry, itchy, flaky skin, all things that the microbiome impacts. So that's the trivia. I want you to answer below. Give me your best guess. How long does it take to change the microbiome? At the end of the video, we'll go ahead and reveal the answer. So for my sugar update, I've been doing no sugar for 30 days. I'm on day 20 now, and I've allowed myself the exception of honey. There's really no updates here as far as there's still no cravings. I still feel great. Like I still am not driven towards eating too much sugar or any sugar for that matter. And so what I would like to do instead is give you an idea on why I decided honey was okay as a sugar source, even though I decided to not do sugar this month. So I decided honey was okay this month, even though I didn't want to do any sugar, because honey is not only a way to be healthy about cutting your sugar cravings, where you don't go super far on one end so that when you rebound way on the other side. But honey is also thought to be like a prebiotic. It's beneficial for our gut microbiota because it's a prebiotic. Prebiotic meaning that it feeds the bacteria in our gut. It makes it through the stomach, the small intestine, goes into our large intestine, our colon, and helps feed or at least change the environment of our gut so that beneficial bacteria thrive over bad bacteria. So I found this cool PubMed article, which should be up now. It says it's called "The Potential of Honey as Prebiotic Food to Re-Engineer the Gut Microbiome Toward a Healthy State." And you see here it says current research suggests that certain kinds of honey can reduce the presence of infection-causing bacteria in the gut, including Salmonella, E. coli, Clostridium difficile, while simultaneously stimulating the growth of potential beneficial species such as lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. And then I'm going to scroll down because I saw this table is very cool. It has types of honey, the experimental approach that was used. It has a reference, which is going to be the paper that actually did this study, and the prebiotic effect reported. And I use Manuka honey sometimes. It's really expensive, and I was thinking about doing an article on that. Maybe that'll happen. But you see here, supplementation with Manuka honey can increase lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, two very good strains for gut health. And it inhibits pathogenic bacteria, so bacteria that will cause you harm, such as E. coli, Salmonella, and staph. I think most of us are going to come in contact with this clover honey here. Found that it increases bifidobacterium, a good bacteria strain for your stomach. And then I scrolled down here to figure 2 as well, which shows the proposed prebiotic effects of honey. So this is going to be the journey from your mouth to your gut. So yeah, it shows following indigestion, the simple sugars in honey are absorbed in the small intestine. The non-digestible components, including oligosaccharides, which are just basically really big sugars, reach the lower intestine where they are proposed to be involved in immunostimulation, modulating the microbiota and suppressing pathogens. So all good things for your stomach. I also found another cool study, which I'll link to below, that honey can be anti-inflammatory as well. And given that many conditions in the gut involve inflammation, inflammatory bowel disease, various studies on anti-inflammatory properties of honey spanning both the gut and wound environment suggest that honey promotes upregulation of anti-inflammatory, meaning that it reduces inflammation, anti-inflammatory cytokines, and downregulates pro-inflammatory cytokines. So again, it works both ways in both directions to reduce inflammation. It's very important to note that this study was in rats and not humans, and that's very different. So we're going to move into underrated, overrated, number 2. Underrated is working out outside. I'm not one to be picky, it doesn't really matter if you're at an equinox or inside of a dungeon. If you're working out, that's all good with me. But if you have the opportunity to go outside to get the sun on your face and get a workout in, that's even better. You get vitamin D from the sun, which is very important for immune support, hormone regulation, and getting the sun in your eyes, we know is good for setting your circadian rhythm. Underrated is going to be working out outside. Keeping up with this theme, overrated is going to be paying for a gym membership that you don't use. Again, I hate calling this overrated because I personally love gyms, and having a membership, whether you go or not and you have the motivation, don't some days, it could be beneficial. But with so many resources now after lockdown and everyone creating at-home workouts, figuring out how important it is to just, get outside and everything. If you're one of those people that likes to get gym memberships before the new year, try to set your goals. How about we just start with a nice at-home workout, at-home session? No, not even at home. Get outside and go do it outside. You save your money, you save your time, and you get the extra health benefits. Are you looking to increase your testosterone naturally without the need for shots or pills? Look no further. We got all the answers. Let's get into it. I had 2 family members on separate occasions contact me asking me how to naturally increase testosterone. So I went on a journey to find out. And this was, you see it was written in July, and I haven't even posted it. I've been slacking, sorry about that. But I went ahead, I did some research on it. I got some cool, great things. It's a lot of scrolling. Look at all these resources that I pulled from. I wish I actually did a more thorough job. Some of them are just, I wish I did a more thorough job on vetting some of these, I think. But it looks like a lot of them are links to supplements. Let's figure it out. It's been so long that I don't even really know. I do remember that I got great information from one of our favorites, Dr. Andrew Huberman out of Stanford Lab, in which he made very apparent that there's some important things to know A few important things to note about increasing testosterone is that it doesn't apply to just males. Women have testosterone too, and it makes women healthier, just like it makes men healthier, to not only have an increase in testosterone, but to have a healthy synergy between testosterone and estrogen for profound effects on well-being, on your workouts in the gym, your mental health, hair loss or growth, aging, and of course, sexual function. So let's be comfortable with the fact that like this is increasing testosterone, but it works for both sexes. Why can it benefit everyone? So healthy levels of testosterone are linked to improvement in heart health through the increased production of red blood cells, increased muscle mass, decreased fat. And we know that as we age, muscle mass goes down, fat goes up, increase in overall energy, increase in strength of bones and bone density, which of course, again, as we age, decrease. Healthy levels of testosterone are also linked to better verbal, memory, and spatial abilities, which have the chance to increase your chance to ward off Alzheimer's. My thesis on health and wellness is that it's diet, sleep, exercise. So we're going to start off with diet, how to increase your testosterone with food and supplements, because we're not all professional chefs. We don't always have the time to get in the right nutrition, and supplements is good, right? Like if you don't have the time to do it through food, then go ahead, feel fine about doing it through supplements. Providing our body with the building blocks to produce testosterone with food and other naturally occurring habits is a great way to boost testosterone. Testosterone, like many other things, are just molecules in the body that they are extracted from food, supplements. I mean, of course, probiotic-rich foods are going to be number one. Foods including kefir, kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut, pickled veggies, miso soup, tempeh, etc. Gut health is the most important for overall health. Gut health is definitely going to play an important role in testosterone because as we age, abdominal fat increases, and as abdominal fat increases, testosterone decreases. So making sure that our gut is right is going to help us keep that belly fat down, which is going to help keep our testosterone levels at optimal levels. Fat around the midsection is an easy signal that testosterone production is suffering. And one of the ways to combat this is a probiotic-rich diet. We know that a probiotic-rich diet is going to help drive us towards healthier foods, and we know that one that lacks probiotics is going to help drive us towards those unhealthy fats, sugars, salt. My supplements that I would like to create a healthy microbiome is going to be in this order: Visbiome, then Thorne probiotics, then Floragen. Moving on from probiotics, we're going to go with essential fatty acids, DHA and DHEA, that are going to help support testosterone and create healthy levels of hormones in our body. Essential fatty acids are going to be all kind of fish oils, sea bass, oyster, sardines, seeds, seaweed, algae, chia seeds, hemp seeds, edamame, kidney beans. The reason is that essential fatty acids are the base molecules, essentially the building blocks. So if you're, a structure obviously is made out of like little pieces. Like you literally can't create hormones without those basic building blocks of essential fatty acids. Having appropriate levels of DHA can drastically impact the ability of your body to produce hormones. Oral DHA supplementation can elevate free testosterone levels in middle-aged men and prevent testosterone from declining. So we have here in these big red cases that DHA is shown to increase the production of testosterone in animal models. Again, very different from human models. DHEA is important for free testosterone, but not available via the diet. So the only way to get DHEA is through supplementation of food or supplements. Free testosterone means that your testosterone is free for the body to use as needed. Alternatively, where testosterone is not free means that it already has a programmed, use. It already is attached to something and being used for something. So my top supplements for essential fatty acids are going to be Thorne, Super EPA, Blue Ice Royal, and Carlson cod liver. When I put this article out, these links will be clickable and they'll take you to Amazon or wherever I get them from. Next on the list of food sources that are going to be good for testosterone is going to be vitamin D, K2. Vitamin D is found in oily fish and dairy, so trout, sardines, salmon, eggs, liver. K2 is found in dairy as well, fermented foods and animal products such as chicken liver, chicken, egg yolk, cheese, butter, eel, soybeans. Vitamin D is important because it increases the total, free, and bioavailable testosterone levels. You see here I've cited this study that was done in 31 middle-aged men. K2 is necessary because it helps process the vitamin D so that the calcium goes into your bones and does not lead to calcium buildup in your arteries. So K2 helps your body process all the calcium that is receiving. So that's why it's important to take vitamin D, which gets converted into calcium with K2. So the supplements that I enjoy is going to be a Nutrimetrics Isotonics, which is like a powder supplement. Really like it. And then number 2 is going to be Thorne Vitamin D plus K2 liquid. So it's just a liquid drop that you have. I choose the liquid sources over the pill sources. They seem to be absorbed a bit better. Next on the list for healthy testosterone is going to be creatine, which is found in red meat and seafood. So creatine is very widely available. It's a well-researched nutrient. Natural sources of creatine are found in meat consumption, so you may not need to supplement. However, if you are following a vegan or vegetarian diet, then creatine supplementation may be beneficial in maintaining healthy testosterone levels. So creatine has been found to increase DHT, dihydrotestosterone, by 56% after 7 days. That's pretty good. And remain 40% above that after 14 days of maintenance. So very cool. I think, again, creatine is kind of widely known to be beneficial for not only testosterone, but if you're in that health and fitness community, like a lot of people will supplement with creatine. I think it's very important to note that DHT side effects promote prostate growth, sebaceous gland activity, male pattern baldness. So yeah, supplementing with DHT can make you bald if you're predisposed to male pattern baldness, and it will grow your hair in other places that maybe you don't want it. So fun facts on creatine is that athletes use creatine to assist in high intensity training. It may cause an increase in body mass because of how creatine helps you absorb water. So you pick up a lot of water weight. You lose it as soon as you stop taking the creatine, but you may gain more weight. Because creatine helps build muscle, it may be beneficial for individuals with muscular dystrophy. There is some evidence that creatine can boost memory. It is being used in a number of studies in diseases including Parkinson's and depression. So maybe not proved anything yet, but they have good idea that it might help with Parkinson's, depression, other mental health ailments. So never, in my opinion, a bad thing to try. I have here my favorite creatine supplements is going to be Thorne. Again, like Thorne is going to appear on here a lot just because I enjoy Thorne. It's a well-researched company, as in they do a lot of good research on their own into the supplements that they create. And then the next one is going to be this bulk creatine monohydrate powder. Because creatine is so widely available, so well known, you can get it for cheap. So I honestly get the bulk one. I don't want to spend the extra money because supplements can get expensive. So I'll get the bulk one. Okay, moving on, we have zinc and magnesium. You can see here, they're both, zinc is found in oysters, red meat, poultry, beans, nuts. And magnesium is found in leafy greens, whole grains, beans, fish. Vegetables and fruits also have magnesium, such as spinach, Swiss chard, edamame, tamarind, potatoes with the skin, and okra. So the reason behind why I added zinc and magnesium, although zinc and magnesium do not provide any testosterone benefit directly, however, zinc and magnesium will improve the quality of your sleep, which leads to more free testosterone as a result. Zinc and magnesium also provide many other benefits of their own. Zinc is effective in reducing inflammation, boosting immune health, reducing your risk of age-related diseases, speed wound healing, and improve acne. And magnesium is lost in certain conditions such as Crohn, celiac, type 2 diabetes, alcohols, and chronic diarrhea. Getting a healthy amount of magnesium in your diet may help improve symptoms such as loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, fatigue. And, I'm going to focus here on the Crohn, celiac, obviously as a ulcerative colitis individual, sufferer, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So magnesium is great too. So all these things in combination are going to help boost your immune system. Zinc and magnesium in combination are going to help boost your testosterone. And I have my favorite supplements of zinc and magnesium here as well, which will be available in the article. So honorable mentions for testosterone increase are going to be ashwagandha as a tea or supplement. Ashwagandha extract, after being taken for 8 weeks, was associated with increased levels in DHEA and testosterone. And then next is going to be ginseng root or tea. The positive effects of ginseng on male reproduction and sexual health have been a long part of Chinese medicine and have been proven in human case-controlled studies. So I like that as well. Okay, that was a lot of supplements and stuff. So let's move on to increasing testosterone with sleep. Sleep plays such a big role in many of the regulatory systems in our body that you can't leave it off the list when you talk about regulating hormones, especially testosterone. Not getting enough sleep can impact testosterone levels by 10 to 15%. The majority of the daily testosterone that you release is during sleep. So you see, short sleep will increase hunger and appetite, compromise impulse control within the brain, increase food consumption, decrease feelings of satisfaction after eating, and prevent effective weight loss when dieting. And again, we talked about how how fat around your midsection is basically a sign that your testosterone is tanking, and how being nice and slim or like fit in this section is a good sign that your testosterone is where it should be, right? That's like 4 studies that cite the same thing about how important sleep is for testosterone, how that's the most important time actually for testosterone production. So make sure you're getting the right amount of sleep. Sleep duration is going to vary by individuals, but typical sleep amount that everyone should get is between 7.5 to 9 hours a night. And increasing testosterone with exercise and competition. I thought the competition part was very interesting. So Dr. Andrew Huberman went into that really well. So the idea of competition being beneficial for testosterone is really interesting, right? Competition creates a physiological response to prepare for levels of exertion required. Our body increases heart rate and dilation of blood vessels for the challenge ahead, right? So no matter what we think is happening, there's definitely some biochemical changes that are going to increase testosterone and cortisol. These changes are not well understood, but in men and women, athletic competition is typically associated with an increase in testosterone and cortisol. In conclusion, you want to eat well, you want to sleep well, you want to get exercise, and you want to compete. Okay, we made it through that lengthy testosterone article. So that will be available on its own if you're interested. If not, I hope you just skip through to this part. And so we're going to answer the trivia. The trivia question for today was, how long does it take to change your microbiome? And the answer is 72 hours or 3 days. So that's not as long as you would think, right? 3 days, 72 hours. Let's say you have an upset stomach. It just takes 3 days of some discipline. You start feeling a little bit better. Creating long-lasting changes is definitely going to take longer than 3 days. We're talking months, possibly years, depending on the kind of damage. But it's cool to know that you can make such a big difference in your microbiome and your health in only 3 days. Let's say we do want to make those changes to our microbiome in 3 days. How do we go about doing that? 5 tips on changing your microbiome. Number 1, the key thing to changing your microbiome is to get more good bacteria in there than bad. So anytime you make a decision as far as diet, sleep, or exercise, ask yourself, is this going to positively or negatively impact my gut microbiome? Number 2, you're going to want to avoid stress. It's a hard thing to measure, but like a huge thing that impacts our gut microbiome is the levels of stress in our life. Number 3, you can't forget to feed your probiotics with prebiotics. Prebiotics make it through the small intestine into the gut, large intestine, colon to feed the gut bacteria. Number 4, treat your gut like a living thing because it is, and avoid stagnation. That's right, sitting for too long or being too inactive is actually harmful and doing negative work on your core and to your core. And number 5 is going to be to track your diet. It's hella easy to think we're doing the right things, but actually not be doing the right things when we look back on it. This is something that I suck with, which is journaling or tracking your diet by physically writing it down or using an app and looking back at it and being like, okay, I didn't do so bad today. And then you look back and you had terrible things actually. And you only know it by reading it back. That's going to be the end of this show. Thank you for tuning in with me. We had fun together, I hope. And we're having fun with our new tools. And I think they're too afraid. Excellent job, buddy. Excellent job.